to an original comic that has no connection to Undertale whatsoever. This comic is actually an artchain between me and Missladytale, featuring our parent FrozenStar, which is from the Phoenix Project, a comic I am working on, which you'll see more of on this channel. Arctic belongs to me, Galaxy belongs to Missladytale, and it is these two who have the two children, Nebula and Aurora. Yep, they have kids. And this little artchain you're about to see features Aurora and Nebula, along with a cameo from Snow. Please do not re-upload, reuse, react to, etc. This is exclusively to my channel. I do all the voicing, and this is an ongoing artchain. Okay, every single link will be down in the description below, and if you do like this video, why don't you click the subscribe button? Make sure the little icons are either side of the bell so you get notified. And yeah, if you want to help support me and the channel, or even help support Missladytale, there'll be a link to our patrons, plus coffee, down below. Okay, I think I've covered everything, so let's get going. Galaxy Light and Nebula belong to Missladytale. Arctic, Aurora, and Snow belong to me. And yeah, Arctic is super duper fluffy with a shiny nose. Anyway, yeah, let's just begin.
Daddy, I tripped.
Arctic, who'd been watching his son take his first few steps, had his heart in his throat the whole time, wanting to hold his son's hand every shaky little step he took, but held back, watching him before his little prince had tripped over and had somehow ended up upside down. Honestly, he wasn't all that surprised, but looked on worried as he came over to his son and kneeled before him.
I can see that. Didn't my little prince fall down and hurt himself?
He asked, his voice shaking a little with worry, yet at the same time he felt pure pride. His son had really tried hard to walk, and even with his little trips did pretty well. But at that moment, Arctic's only mindset was to make sure his little Nebula hadn't hurt himself. He looked him up and down and noticed his little crystals seemed a little stuck in the actual floor itself. This brought back memories for Arctic of his own childhood, which he quickly put to the side and waited for his son's reply.
No. Up, please, Daddy.
Oh dear, seems someone's a bit clumsy.
Mama, looky, mitten.
Arctic briefly glanced over his shoulder at Galaxy before looking back at his little prince, who was still upside down, wriggling his tiny body.
Such a good boy saying please. And okay, hold still, my little one. Don't wriggle so much,
he said, and very carefully he supported Nebula's head and used his own ability on the ice itself to split it open, causing a tiny opening just under Nebula's head to allow his crystals to come loose. And as soon as the ice splitted, Arctic lifted his little one up into his arms with ease and made sure he was the right way up before pulling him close. Arctic's eyes softened as relief washed over him. He'd been so worried that Nebula's crystals might fracture during the whole ordeal, but thankfully that wasn't the case. He leaned down close and nuzzled his son, bringing his own shiny, silk-soft nose to rub against the other, giving him a tiny boop before purring.
Daddy's got you. Nebula, what am I going to do with you?
He smirked, and suddenly a blanket with snowflakes was handed to him by the feathery individual next to them, and he quickly wrapped Nebula up safely in the blanket and gently stroked his head feathers.
I'm so proud of you, even with your little stumble.
He added before looking over at his mate and daughter. Aurora looked up at her mother, fluttering her wings, and held onto his poncho tightly before lifting one of her little hands upwards, wriggling her little shiny nose, and said softly,
Mitten hurt, Mama. Mitten fix, please.
On the side of one of her mittens was a hole where the thread had come undone, or rather where someone had clearly bitten into the fabric and had worked at it to pull the thread loose. It now dangled off of her little mitten. Arctic let out a heavy sigh as he gave his mitt a knowing look before laughing a little.